We were just chilling on his couch, and then he kissed me.
Shut up, how was it?
I'll tell you all about it later.
So, are we going to Spring Fling?
Yes, I'm literally so excited. I just bought my suit.
I can bring Justin.
Ooh.
I've been talking to this new guy. Maybe I can bring him.
What? Who is this guy, and why have I heard nothing about him?
He just added me on Snap, and we've been talking for a few days. He's really nice. Maybe I should ask him if he wants to come to our dance.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of this dress? I like it, but I just don't think it's for me.
Yeah.
Abby, can you get off your phone for 1 second and tell me if I look good in this dress?
Sorry, I'm talking to my boyfriend. He gets mad when I don't respond.
Who even is this guy? I know nothing about him, and he never said if he was coming to the dance with us or not.
You don't know him. He's a little bit older, so he thinks going to the dance is lame, so we're probably not gonna be going.
Oh, that's weird. Can't you just go without him?
No, he'd get upset. But I promise he's nice. And you should definitely get that dress.
It's got like string theory, the dimensions and stuff. It's pretty interesting. So let's explore.
Stuff I wouldn't understand.
Okay, girl.
Shut up, Devin.
Bro, what's with her?
Dang, Abby, a Gucci belt? Look at you, Miss Fancy.
Hey, Abby, what's up with you? You're acting weird.
Where is she going? She never skips class.
Was that a tattoo?
No, she would never. She probably just drew on herself or something. Right?
Yeah, probably.
You're late.
Oh my gosh, you look exhausted.
I was up all night talking to my boyfriend.
Do you mean the older one from Snap?
Yeah.
Oh, gee, really?
Hey, I don't really think I like this guy.
Me neither.
Hey, Abby, you weren't at school today, and none of us have heard from you in a bit, so I just want to check in and see if you're okay. Okay, I'm call me back. Okay, bye.
Hello, my name is Dr. Edwin Gomez. As a former district superintendent and now the Riverside County Superintendent of Schools, all of us who work in education have two primary responsibilities, no matter what our role in the school system may be. First, we must help our children to learn and to grow to become successful citizens. And second, we must keep our children safe. I'm proud to be working with several community agencies and partners to prevent human trafficking in our schools. This video will help educators across Riverside County to do our part to identify potential and actual victims, and once identified, help them avoid or escape human trafficking. We all need to work together to keep our students safe. Thank you for taking the time to be a part of this important effort.
First and foremost, thank you for all of your hard work and for your relentless commitment and dedication to all of our children and adolescents of this county. Your efforts have not gone unrecognized, and I truly appreciate the guidance and high level of education you continue to provide to our community's future. My name is Chad Bianco, and I am the Sheriff of Riverside County. I'd like to take a minute to talk to you about human trafficking and what that looks like. But before we do, let's take a look at a few misconceptions. So what is human trafficking? Human trafficking is the exploitation of a person by means of force, fraud, fear, and/or coercion. Simply put, human trafficking occurs when a person financially benefits from the proceeds of another's labor, when that work was conducted against their will, or when the individual is a minor. Human trafficking does not require travel or transportation of the victim across local, state, or international borders. There are two types of human trafficking: commercial sex and labor trafficking. Traffickers typically target international persons and domestic minors in the United States. In the event a minor is involved in prostitution, California law states that he or she will always be considered a victim. Traffickers look for those they view as vulnerable, which are typically minors, children, and teenagers who have no support system at home, who suffer from psychological and/or emotional stress, whose families suffer from economic hardships, who have little to no self-esteem, self-confidence, and/or self-worth. Unlike in my generation, where traffickers had to recruit from schools, shopping malls, and parks, now the #1 place to identify and recruit potential victims is on various social media platforms.
My name is Mike Hestron, and I'm the District Attorney of Riverside County. I truly appreciate your level of dedication to our children's future. Most of you got into this profession to make a difference in a child's life, which there is nothing more important. With that being said, thank you for enduring the hardships of the profession and remaining committed to the future of this county. So why are human trafficking victims so difficult to identify and locate? Well, unfortunately, most international victims are reluctant to come forward due to shame, not understanding the current laws, fear of deportation, and fear of law enforcement. Most victims do not perceive themselves to be victims, as their situation can be common practice in their home country. In regards to domestic victims, most of our youth are running away from something, with a majority believing what they found to be better than what they ran away from. Most of these children suffer from a history of child sexual and/or physical abuse, and were forced into a situation with no outlet. Like all children, these victims have an inherent need to be loved and appreciated, and the traffickers often provide that comfort to influence them. Human trafficking victims can be any youth in your school and sitting in your classroom. On the surface, it's very difficult to identify a minor who is being exploited for commercial sex acts or forced labor services. Oftentimes, these situations occur outside of the school, taking place on streets littered with cheap motels, social media platforms, parks, parking lots, major events, in restaurants, or even in the service industry, or even at home when parents are not present. Basically, human trafficking can occur anywhere a person can be exploited.
Hello, my name is Denise Rodriguez Bowman, and I'm the Director of Forensic Services and Victim Advocacy at the Barbara Sinatra Children's Center, as well as a co-creator of the Coalition to End Human Trafficking Coachella Valley, Riverside County. I'm an administrator, social worker, and forensic interviewer with an expertise in the area of child abuse, sexual exploitation, and human trafficking for 20 years. I have interfaced and interviewed over 7,000 children and teenagers who were victims of crime. I want to thank teachers, administration, and staff for all your commitment to our youth and academics, as well as the social emotional needs. The challenges of students' emotional well-being and safety are paramount. Thank you for taking on the challenge. It is important to know exactly what human trafficking looks like. There are different forms in recognizing the signs that a student is being trafficked, to very identifiable to subtle. Carefully watch the actions or behavioral indicators in youth you spend time with daily. If you start to notice something, pay closer attention. Recognizing the signs is key to identifying and thus reporting. If you notice a child or teenager display any of the following, please intervene. Abrupt and drastic change in attire, behavior, or relationships. The presence of an older boyfriend or girlfriend. Excessive unexplained school absences. Travel with an older male or female companion who is not a guardian. Sudden presence of expensive material possessions. Chronic running away. Homelessness. Signs of psychological coercion, such as an overly submissive attitude or displaying depression or anxiety. Lack of control over his or her schedule, money, or proof of identification. Signs of physical trauma like bruises, cuts, or burns. Tattoos or branding marks. Substance abuse or addictions. Selling drugs. Coached or rehearsed responses to questions, or uncharacteristically promiscuous behaviors or references to sexual situations or terminology that are beyond their age-specific norms. Educators, administration, and staff, you have a unique opportunity as you interface, dialogue, and build connection with students every day. Listen, be vigilant. Seek to understand and engage with the students so they want to tell you things. Use the gifts that made you an educator to communicate with youth. You could be their lifeline. Adolescence is a complex time between childhood and transitioning to adulthood. Some youth believe that this is normal, and others are made to be humiliated to tell the truth or too terrified to speak against their abusers, especially when they're actively engaging in those risky behaviors. It's imperative for us working and interfacing with young people regularly to see the signs of human trafficking and to say something to the right group of people as soon as you are made aware. Should you have a suspicion a child may be a victim of human trafficking, please contact the National Human Trafficking Resource Center at 1-888-373-7888, who will immediately contact the Riverside County Anti-Human Trafficking Task Force. Also, always follow the protocols established by your institution. Thank you.